Let's do a podcast.
That is what we're here to do today.
Thank you,
Yes.
Roz.
I have a spooky sound effect for us.
Today's subject is podcasting.
Yeah, don't ever do it. Don't be on more than one.
Especially don't try and do 3.
Yeah,
Don't try and do 3. I am now also up to 3.
Mm-hmm. It's a good
3
way to be
today.
exhausted. Jesus, dude.
I know. This is a bad idea.
Welcome to the Bad Idea Factory, starring Jake Flores as himself.
Mm-hmm.
The corpse of Jake Flores.
Ooh, Halloween.
Yeah, you're not going to need to put that in as a sound effect in a second.
No, we're about to get.
starting to look
Roz
dark
and I
out.
are going to die. So
I think it's weird that you guys choose to podcast while clinging to lightning rods on the top of your roofs.
Yeah, it's weird, but we don't really know any other way, so this is kind of how we have to do it.
Banging copper kettles together.
Usually what happens is just in that little bit of extra silliness, I stand on his shoulders. And then we, get the lightning rod out, sometimes the porch umbrella, and we try to curry the favor of the lightning gods.
Yes.
Yeah. That's how Frankenstein was created in the original Mary Shelley novel.
That's true.
Just two dudes hanging out.
Do you know Frankenstein was actually the name of the doctor and not the monster?
Yeah, the monster's name was Adam.
Yes. Yes, congratulations. We've done it. We've been 2012 Tumblr.
Yes.
You want to do a podcast or what?
That was the spooky fact of the day on this. Well, there's your problem podcast. A podcast about spooky engineering disasters with slides. I'm Justin Rosniak, but with a spooky pun in there.
Wow. I'm frightened.
My pronouns are boo and ah.
God damn it, I was going to do that fucking... God damn it, dude. Oh, God. I am fucking Malice called Skull Skellington, and my pronouns are... They're fucking she and her, all right? I can't think of another, pronoun joke.
That is poor. That is poor form.
Shut the fuck up.
I am Scream Anderson.
It's not pronounced that way.
It's not, unless people pronounce it like Liam. I'm like, it's Liam. It's not that uncommon of a name, motherfucker. Like, the whole nation of Ireland demands an apology.
Whole bunch of ghosts going boo, but in a displeased way, not in the usual ghost way.
Yes. Yeah. Well, I displease a lot of people. Talk to my mother. Who I love very dearly. Hi, Mom. Hope the move goes well.
Do I go now?
Yeah. We have a guest. Fuck.
We have a guest.
Hi, Jake O'Lantern Flores, and my pronouns are all in the past tense because I'm dead.
So that's good. Fuck.
That's good, yeah.
Shit, are you like a professional comedian or something?
Wow.
No, not according to Twitter.com, but sometimes.
Don't go on Twitter.
Never log on. No,
Never
don't
tweet. Never tweet.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm here to announce
from beyond the grave.
I'm here from beyond the grave. Yes, to announce our pivot to podcasting about supernatural occurrences, maybe some true crime too. I don't know.
Yeah, if those BuzzFeed freaks can do it, we can do it.
Stay sexy and don't get in an engineering disaster.
I really actually want to do a bonus episode about the true crime industry, but
that would be good.
But I just don't have the stomach for it because I don't like.
Don't be a pussy. Write the episode.
I hate writing episodes. That's why I make Roz do it.
Speaking of stomachs, it's time for the goddamn news.
What?
She's dead. Yeah. She's dead. 100% dead.
The queen spent the night in the hospital.
Yeah, because she's dead. No,
she
she was admitted with a case of death on arrival and was kept in overnight because she was dead. Because her life has expired. She's her life is brought to a close. Because she's not alive anymore. She's dead.
Yeah.
If they actually announce that she died in between us recording this and it coming out, this will be the funniest shit that has ever happened.
I love that we're not like podcasting as praxis, and we're not hosted, thank God, in England, so we can just say whatever stupid things we want about the Queen being dead.
Yeah, like she's
Yes.
dead. She died of like shock at how much it would cost to pay off all of Prince Andrew's accusers.
Oh,
Is it really libel to say someone is dead when they're actually alive?
I don't know. Is it like against? Would it harm their reputation to say that someone was dead?
no,
is my
in fact,
question.
it probably
If you had-
boost
if you
hers, because
had-
then they get a weepy TV special.
I was about to
Mm.
say, if you had a reputation for being in a line of business that would be where it's crucial for you to be alive to perform your duties, that would be an issue. But the Queen is not in such an occupation.
I don't know. You could say that being alive is like the only responsibility she has.
That is
Basically,
true.
yeah.
Do you think that it's possible that she would get a benefit in the media from being dead, or like dying for like a minute and then coming back to life?
Oh yeah,
Oh
if
yeah, like a near-death experience.
Oh, yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. I think that would, because it would be like, they can take our farms and shit, but they'll never take our queen.
Mm.
Yeah, the
Well,
queen has
absolutely.
taken the deadly bufo toxin from the African tree frog and is faking her own death right now, like David Blaine.
Oh yeah. I think it's
Actually-
weird that they suspended the whole of Buckingham Palace on this crane over the Thames.
Now, they actually thought she was faking her own death, but what it turned out to be was a sort of Weekend at Bernie's situation that everyone was unconsciously but willingly participating in.
They're definitely
They're
doing
in
some
denial.
Weekend at Bernie's shit. She's
Yeah.
been dead since 2005, man. I still believe Gibbo. You remember Gibbo?
No, what?
Yes, I remember Gibbo.
Gibbo was a member of a British Army group
Oh,
chat.
yes.
Along with guys named shit like Ricey and Cheeks, who inadvertently announced the death of Her Majesty the Queen. It was thought falsely, but I believe him still.
Justice for Gibby.
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm.
Yeah, Gabbo for sure.
Gabbo, whatever
Gabbo.
fucking thing. I don't care. Gibby is a character from iCarly, I think.
Oh my
I think it was nice of the Queen to die just in time for spooky season.
Good
What
point.
if she reses and makes it to Halloween and then dies?
Oh, that's yeah, unspeakable
Spence.
dark power.
Spends Halloween as a zombie.
You know what sucks about this is my girlfriend, who has a fascination with the royals. I have not managed her to divest herself of.
Hmm.
Is gonna be like, well, she was so important. I'm gonna be like, I don't. She's dead. I don't care. She's just like, you don't want to watch The Crown. I'm like, fuck no. I know what happened. She's still alive. Ireland's still divided. Like,
Yeah, that episode
Thatcher
of The Crown where
sucks.
she has Princess Diana murdered.
which she did do. We should be clear on that.
Oh, absolutely.
Whatever. Send us to the Hague. I don't care.
She would make a good undead because she has that giant like hat thing going on.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, that would be pretty
Aren't
good.
they called
yeah.
fascinators? They are called fascinators.
Is that a fascinator?
I don't know
Huh.
why I know that. I think maybe just the incredibly intricate ones are. But
Huh.
Well,
speaking of
With this sort
fascinating,
of zombie pose already going on. Yeah, he probably worked
Yeah,
pretty
she
good,
kind of
yeah.
walks a bit like a zombie already.
she's
yeah.
90 something.
She could translate pretty easily into like a Baron Samedi type with the
Oh,
whole getup.
yeah. Oh, Easter Bond.
Oh, very scary.
Thank you.
In other news, Alec Baldwin.
Alec Baldwin. Yeah, Alec
Don't
Baldwin.
use non-union labor, folks.
Because if you do, Alec Baldwin will suddenly know how it feels to take a human life, which is fucking grim.
It is, yeah. The don't fuck around with guns if you don't know how to use them. Don't have.
Don't hire a 24-year-old armorer and don't
Yes.
hire a first AD who rolls his eyes at doing safety checks.
Yeah, this is why we have safety checks. I don't want to. It's not all that amusing just because it's fresh and shit. But yeah, fucking don't skip out. Safety checks are there for a reason. Union labor is there for a reason. Like,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
so you don't pull an Alec Baldwin. I feel for once in my life, bad for Alec Baldwin,
Right?
which I should
Yeah.
never have to feel.
No.
And ergo, take your safety seriously, please.
So
Are we sure that
I
this
don't-
is the first life he's ever taken?
No,
No, I
I,
think this is-
yeah, it's
yeah.
speculation.
I felt bad for him too at first, and then I thought about this for a while, and I was like, actually, he's probably killed a couple people, but maybe he's
Whatever. So have we all. Like, that's not
did
huge.
he
That's
ever
not
do
a
it
deal breaker.
personally, though? That's the real question.
Yeah, was it more of a VIPs from Squid Game type situation, or like
Where you're indirectly responsible for
I feel like if Alec Baldwin has killed anyone before, it's been in sort of a more of a sort of
Hands
capital
off.
movement way. Yeah.
Supervisory killing.
No, I mean, this may be the first time he's accidentally killed someone, though.
There
That's
you go.
definitely true. Yeah.
But so Halnia Hutchins.
That's the way you could phrase that in the most defamatory possible way. It's the first time he's accidentally killed someone. Technically true. Wildly libelous.
So Halnia Hutchins was behind the camera, and I guess it was a scene where they had to point the gun at the camera.
Which you shouldn't
And
fucking be doing anyway.
No,
I
you
was
can
about
do
to
that
say,
in
well,
post.
it turns out a prop gun is very similar to a real gun in that it can shoot someone dead.
Yes.
As
As far as I know, though, using a revolver, which is like there's no like kind of like blank firing adapter for that. You don't need one, so it can just load like a live round very easily. So the question then becomes, what the fuck is a live round doing on set?
On a set, exactly.
This particular gun seemed to have misfired several times, like during the filming. And some people had walked off the set earlier that day because the situation was unsafe.
Both the armorer and the assistant director, who are ultimately responsible for the safety of all of this shit, were like kind of notoriously lax. Some of the crew had like caught the armorer handing a gun to like a loaded gun to an 11-year-old child actor without checking it.
Oh my god,
that doesn't. Jesus.
And of course, the other fun thing about this is that Trump people think that God is punishing Alec Baldwin for making fun of Donald Trump.
No, shut the fuck up.
Well, I think a better punishment would be for Alec Baldwin to get shot as opposed to
one would think, right?
The cinematographer.
Yeah. Well, now in this case, it's because like he hired SJW labor because the armorer had like dyed hair and shit and a TikTok.
Oh my god.
So
yeah, I don't trust that guy to be an armorer either. Give me some guy. In
his
with
late
like
70s. He can only see out of one eye.
He's got Carhartts and he's got Oakleys on.
Well, the fun thing is, there was a little bit of nepotism because the armorer was one of those guys' daughters. So like her dad was like sort of very famous armorer, and then I guess that talent did not really run in the family.
Damn. It's not hereditary.
Yeah.
Knowing how to handle guns. I thought I saw a tweet of some politician earlier, like some dumbass low-level guy in America somewhere, demanding like Trump be able to tweet about this. I might be talking about my ass here, but there's been a palpable like everyone misses Trump on Twitter right now. He
would have fired off the perfect tweet about this. Yeah,
it's so good.
I fired off.
He's been like
relevant.
Dispatching these long form letters about Meghan McCain and people like that all week. So maybe we'll get one.
Yeah, I'm not sure about his long form work. I really liked it. I admired the sort of like purity of the form of Twitter.
Well, speaking of guns, our story begins today with guns.
Okay.
Yes. I don't think we mentioned what the topic was, which is the Winchester Mystery House.
Yeah. The Winchester House of Mystery.
Yes. All right. So now here is a question for everyone. Who technically founded the Winchester Repeating Arms Company?
A guy named Winchester who is like nicknamed that because of his repeating arms. I don't know.
No, it was fucking Smith and Wesson.
Huh.
Yeah. Horace Smith and Daniel Wesson of Norwich, Connecticut, incorporated what they then called the Smith and Wesson Company in 1855 to build lever-action rifles and pistols, right? And the lever-action means that, I'm not a gun expert, so if I get this wrong...
You crank the thing to chamber another round and recock the hammer.
Yeah, you crank the thing, which is down here.
You can also like flip it around over your arm, which is insanely dangerous, but it looked cool in Terminator 2.
It does look cool. You do have to balance gun safety with looking cool.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Every once in a while, you can hold the gun sideways. I don't know if you can hold these sideways too effectively.
I feel like that'd just kick the shit out of your shoulder. But like,
probably.
Always have a union cool guy on set.
He's got to explain the proper procedure for being cool.
We have a union Chad.
Yeah.
Goes up, yells at your manager because people aren't smoking enough.
IATSE local 420. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So now they started building these rifles, but they weren't that great to start out with, right? They got a couple of investors, including one guy named Oliver Winchester, right? And once Oliver's on the company, they rename it the Volcanic Repeating Arms Company.
Oh, hell of a name.
Cool.
It's made from vulcanized rubber. That's why I couldn't shoot so good.
No, they did.
No, that's why. That's what I heard.
Vulcanized rubber hadn't been invented yet.
Yes, it had. Shut up.
Well, they named it that in anticipation of inventing
Yeah,
them.
they were patent trolling.
Well, it's spelled volcanic like a volcano, not like Vulcan.
They made these cool Volcanic made these cool pistols that had like a sort of like a ring finger lever. So like you would fire it, and each time you fired it, you would have to like stick your ring finger out to recock it.
Gotta fire fancy. You gotta have the pinky out.
Exactly.
But Volcanic didn't do very well financially because of, sort of the primitive state of the lever action mechanism, and also the guns were very small caliber. So even though they were a little superior technically than other guns available at the time, the other guns had bigger bullets, and your 1850s guys were like, "Nah, give me the bigger bullets."
Yeah, I got to be walking around with like a Walker Colt that can turn a guy into paste from 50 paces away.
Yes. Oliver Winchester saw some opportunity here, and he actually forced the company into receivership, right?
Oh, big galaxy brain. Nice.
Yeah. He drove the company under, and that meant as its biggest creditor, he now had complete control of the company.
I love this old-timey corporate raider shit. This is terrific.
It's not like wildly illegal now.
It's illegal, but you can get away with it.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
This is like 1800s Succession. Someone bear hugged someone. He's yelling. They're yelling "varmint" at each other instead of "cocksucker" or whatever.
I do like the idea of dueling your cousin Archibald or whatever for majority control of the company.
The Succession theme on banjo.
Hell yeah!
Even people who are friends with each other are just randomly shooting warning shots at each other.
I mean, bear in mind, like radio and shit wasn't invented yet. The greatest form of entertainment you could have at this point was to fire a revolver at someone's feet and tell them to dance.
That's true. It was either that or hoop and stick.
Yeah, revolver dancing. A much more involved pastime.
So in 1857, he took over the company. He renamed it the New Haven Arms Company, right? Winchester owned it. Smith & Wesson said, fuck this shit, and they went to go start their own company, right?
It'll never catch on.
Nah. And New Haven Arms produced the Henry rifle, which was like the first sort of successful mass-produced lever-action rifle. It was good enough for the Union Army to order thousands of them, though it wasn't the main service rifle, right? Most of the rifles were still, sort of musket muzzle-loading things, But Confederates hated it because it was very good at killing them.
Oh, boo hell.
They referred to that as that damn Yankee rifle they load on Sunday and shoot all week.
Oh, are you jealous?
Yeah,
that's a good advertisement.
That's cool.
Because I think the Tube magazine could handle 17 bullets.
Oh damn! Okay.
Jesus.
So yeah, they sold a bunch of these to the army. After the war, they renamed the company to Winchester Repeating Rifle Company. Its products became very popular with, civilians, right? And that, of course, includes farmers and cowboys and outlaws, vigilantes, the entire Wild Wild West crew. They were all getting these rifles. 1873 was the really popular model, right?
Yeah, the gun that won the West.
Yes. And so Oliver Winchester made a whole bunch of money off of this, right? But it wasn't enough money to save him from dying of tuberculosis.
What a loser.
Yeah.
Oh. You can't shoot tuberculosis in self-defense.
Yeah, as he died, he was frantically working on a miniaturized rifle that would shoot each and every tuberculosis cell.
Well, you could deploy that against the coronavirus today. It's unfortunate he died so early. Yeah. So he died December of 1880, and he left his company to his son, William Wirt Winchester.
Pick another initial, Jesus.
Or excuse me, Oliver died of heart failure, not tuberculosis.
Oh, come on, Roz.
Now, William Wirt Winchester, after inheriting the company, proceeded to almost immediately die of tuberculosis.
Oh, there we go.
What an incredible
I got my
time in
TV
history.
death. That's what I wanted.
I love some 19th century medicine.
Yes.
Love that shit.
So he left the fortune to his wife, Sarah Winchester, right? You can see her here. She has a very round head.
So with an H or without an H. That's how you got to know if she's crazy or not.
Thank you for the visual aid. This is very round.
Cromwell, you son of a bitch.
So William and Sarah had one daughter back in 1866 who almost immediately died.
1866.
1866.
Yeah, well, that's how you make the baby.
Right, that was the joke. Thank you.
Yes. 1866, they had one daughter who died almost immediately of marasmus.
Oh, that's not tuberculosis. What the hell is marasmus?
Marasmus is
what?
It's sort of a disease that's caused by malnutrition.
Oh,
I love to
live
in the 19th century and die of some fucking ague, or red fever or the bloody flux.
The fact that humanity has made it to the year 2021.
How the fuck did we do that, man?
How?
A lot of fucking.
Born on a mountain, raised in a cave.
Yeah,
trucking, fucking dying of marasmus.
It wasn't called trucking back then. It was called
caravanning,
Conestoga wagoning. I don't know.
Good enough.
It's called the Oregon Trail. All right. So in 1881, she lost her husband and her father-in-law, and I think also her mother died that year, right?
Ooh.
And she was very depressed and started, searching for answers. Why is these terrible tragedies befallen me?
Late 19th century, your answers are either weird form of cult, like Christian Science, or spiritualism.
Ghosts with cocaine in them.
The story goes, she went to a medium in Boston, right?
Uh-oh.
Who told her she was being haunted by the ghosts of everyone killed by Winchester rifles.
Yeah, but they were Confederates. Who cares?
That's a fun ass thing for a medium to come up with, to just psychically talk to you, just I got a good one.
Rolls dice.
Yeah, except in a strong Boston accent.
None of us are gonna try and do one, are we?
I'm channeling your husband. He said to park the car in Harvard Yard.
That was kind of too Cuomo. That was like Andrew Cuomo as a medium.
You got a bunch of fucking specters after you because of the freaking rifle. No. I'm not the guy either.
All right, so this strange coalition of specters was after her, because you got a lot of Confederates, I would guess, but also a lot of Native Americans.
Yep, bunch of dead cowboys, bunch of outlaws, bank employees.
Yes, Henry Clay Frick almost.
Just a real rainbow coalition.
Yeah,
bunch of striking miners and shit.
Yeah. You got a motley crew in the afterlife. I guess everyone figured out how to settle their differences after they were dead.
Yeah, and got really, really mad at the manufacturer of the rifle that killed them.
Hey, this is like a support group in hell.
Yeah,
yeah. I was
Winchester
shot
murder
by,
victims.
Yeah. I was shot by a gun with such tiny bullets. It's such an undignified way to die.
It really is, though.
So the solution was clearly to go west and build a really big house for all the spirits, right?
I smell a sitcom, personally.
Yes.
Yeah, it's called Too Many Cooks.
So, that's the one explanation for it. I understand that's what they tell you if you go to the house, right? Another potential explanation, she was a depressed, middle-aged widow who needed a change of scenery and a hobby. That could also be it.
Hanging up a Winchester rifle with a big live, laugh, love sign engraved on it.
Oh, that'd be good.
I've been to the house, and it's like a tourist trap kind of thing now. Like, they're very into having a gift shop and doing nonstop tours. I think it makes them a lot of money. So the entire time they're telling you all this stuff, it's you got to take everything with a grain of salt, because it's like a lot of it is being very clearly played up for advertising. But then some stuff's being played down, probably because of like liability or something like that. It's very unclear what's actually happening, but probably the lore is them having a bit of a laugh,
Yeah, that seems likely to me. It was hard to find like super accurate information on like anything, just because there's so much.
Most of the like information about Sarah Winchester is like, yo, you seen the shape of this woman's head?
So round.
So she left New Haven for San Diego.
Always a good decision, I will say.
They have good pizza there.
I know. We've been to New Haven, and then what happened, Roz?
We missed the last train back, but that was in New York City.
Bastard city for bastard people.
Whoa, hey.
That's right. You're goddamn right.
So she left New Haven for San Diego, where she bought a farmhouse on a large tract of land about 3.5 miles southwest of downtown, right?
And here's me stuck in my second decade of renting.
Well, get your dead husband and dead son to
I should get my husband to form a firearms company and then die of tuberculosis.
Scared money don't make money, Alice. That's all I gotta say to you.
This is not your second lifetime of renting, like all those
No,
ghosts.
that's true. Yeah.
Can you imagine having to rent in the afterlife? you only get like a room at this crazed woman's house.
Ugh.
So this is the house before she bought it. This was in 1884, right? It's this nice, Queen Anne style farmhouse.
Yeah, it looks all right.
Yeah, it's a little fancy.
I can tell you're not a grieving widow, Roz.
Well, no, I'm not.
Not that we know
How
of.
did you know? It's the farmhouse is on something like 160 acres. So she buys the whole estate and starts construction on the house, and construction begins immediately and doesn't end.
Like ever?
Like ever.
Well, it did end eventually. We'll get to that. So she called this estate Lanata Villa.
Lanata meaning does it have a name? Like a meaning?
I think it means it's just house on flat ground.
Oh, okay.
It's a terrible name.
That's what it says on the tin, I guess.
Kind of crappy. I don't
Bad
like
house
it.
name. 0 stars.
That's where the curse came from.
Yeah, just having bad taste.
Can't even have dignity in death.
All right, so they start building all kinds of. She has contractors build all kinds of wild additions to the house. Here's what it looked like in 1905-ish. Right? Yeah.
Okay, that's taking a turn.
Yeah. It's taking a turn, yeah.
She's doing the first game of Minecraft or Fortnite or something.
Bro, just build.
Just keep building. And she just kept building, right? So, this is the part where you get the spiel about how, it had the finest builders and the best craftsmen, the greatest materials, blah, blah, blah. Very well-appointed house, except where it wasn't, because lots of parts of it just stayed unfinished.
Yeah, to trap the ghosts in.
Exactly.
Wait, really?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah. That's part of it. Tiffany windows. You had like all kinds of mahogany, nice quality materials in there. 161 rooms, 47 fireplaces, 10,000 windows, and other statistics as well.
I think it's cool.
Other
The rich can
statistics.
just go like quietly insane. That's cool.
I was
Yeah.
about to say.
Back then, $400 a month. You wouldn't believe it. Think about that. And cry.
I genuinely thought that this was like she thought that like the ghosts were driving her to build more houses, but you're telling me this was like a ghost fortress. This was a ghost defense mechanism.
This is designed as a labyrinth for ghosts.
So they couldn't haunt her.
Yeah, the legend is that they would get like lost because they're just so many winding hallways and stuff. And like, I hope I'm not
Can't
jumping
they just
ahead.
float through walls and shit?
You get fucking killed by a Winchester rifle at like the Battle of Bull Run, and then in your afterlife, you're just wandering around some old lady's corridors, just like this sucks.
Yeah, and
it's treating me like a fucking minotaur.
Yeah. I hope I'm not jumping ahead. I don't know if you got the slide for this, but there's like, for example, like a staircase that just goes up into the ceiling, like no doorway or anything.
That's frustrating.
It looks like when they tried to rebuild Ned Flanders' house on The Simpsons after like the hurricane hit it, and there's just like a twisty hallway that goes into a tiny door and stuff. That's your best defense against ghosts in the 18th century, apparently.
Because ghosts can't float through walls, as we know.
Right.
Yeah,
None of us have apparently ever seen Casper.
No, they obey the rules of hallways.
Yeah, clearly, because
I was about
they're
to say.
bound by physics and shit.
So I was like, there's some features on the house here that aren't there anymore, like this big tower on top. That was 7 stories tall.
Jesus.
Ghost
Yeah.
Gryffindor dorm, yes.
Yeah, there were. You bring the ghosts up there and you sort of toss them out, and then they sort of float away on
That's
the
how
wind.
you haze the ghosts, yes, by dangling them over the edge.
This was built primarily out of redwood, right? But apparently,
What?
Didn't kill about the victims of the environment, did she?
I was about to say, haunted by
You
the
cut
ghosts
down
of the
like
trees.
a fucking like 1,000 of years old tree to build your insanity house?
Alice, they built a shitload of stuff out of redwood
Yeah.
back then. There were so many of those trees.
Alice, no one cared about the environment until like 1971.
Oh yeah, I forgot
Yes.
about that.
The thing is, she didn't like the look of redwood, so she had it all painted.
Oh.
Oh, what a waste.
Yeah, so the house looked like this until 1906, and then the big earthquake happened. The San
future
Francisco,
episode.
San Francisco earthquake of 1906, when all of San Francisco fell over and then burned down.
Yep, it's the one where the insurance industry was invented.
Yeah. Then the house stayed relatively intact because it was built on a floating foundation, but the tower did fall over. Right on top of the house.
Yeah, killed a bunch of ghosts.
Yeah.
Oh, the tragedy.
Must suck.
Real bad.
Killed twice. You go to double hell.
You gotta go to like Winchester Mystery Hell House.
Yes.
You imagine that you got shot by a Winchester rifle and then smashed by a Winchester tower? How angry you would be.
I just wanted to be a Browning ghost.
Yeah, the Brownings probably cut a deal. Although that was actually, I think Winchester manufactured the Browning rifle.
Huh.
I don't know.
Wait, so there's a bunch of like
guns.
dead World War I Prussian infantry in this house too now.
Probably, yeah. You would just assume. I don't know what the successor company to Winchester is right now.
If they're
I think
all
there's
like
something-
folded in, then it's just accumulating more and more ghosts all the time, and we're not still expanding it, so it hasn't kept pace. It must be fucking stuffed full
really
of
just
ghosts in
crammed
there.
in there. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're all just crammed in there. There's like 50,000 Prussian guys arguing with Confederates.
This
in
is
there.
this is like our last line of ghost defense against the firearm ghosts, and we've been neglecting it as a critical piece of national infrastructure.
I think you would probably. I think possibly all of them being crammed in there and arguing with each other is what's keeping them from coming out and haunting the rest of us.
Yeah, but at some point we'll reach critical ghost mass, and then they'll just start leaking out, and there'll be gun ghosts everywhere.
Oh, God.
Just explodes with that liquid from Ghostbusters 2.
Oh,
Lots of bad vibes here. So the tower fell down. Sarah Winchester brought in carpenters to fix the house. They did not put the tower back up though. I guess because it was
more
annoying
important
or
to
something.
like bolster her ghost defenses immediately.
Yeah, you gotta
patch up
ghost
the
walls.
hole in the roof so the ghosts don't escape that way.
This was like the Chernobyl sarcophagus of its generation.
I'm genuinely confused if the purpose of this house is to keep ghosts in or keep them out.
Maybe why not both? You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta. It's like HVAC, but for ghosts. You gotta have ghost ducts.
I think that she thought the ghosts would just follow her anywhere she went. And so the other thing was that she slept in a different room every night. So it was a constant sort of, I mean, it literally is just Fortnite when you're like just building shit because someone is pursuing you to sort of just keep them guessing at any given point. Because I think the idea is if she left, they would see her. I don't know if ghosts could see in this woman's mind or what the deal is. But there's a method to it in her brain.
Yeah, and it's interesting that she was able to, just get builders to just do things. I mean, it seems like she only had a vague idea of what she wanted built.
Well, she had a lot of
no
money.
plans, lots of money.
Yeah.
I mean, she's an ideal client, right? Because she'll pay for fucking anything.
That's
you can
true.
just do whatever you want. You can practice your little architectural flourishes here. You can be like, oh, I'll do some fucking cornicing on this bit. Because, like, who's going to appreciate it? The ghosts?
Maybe the ghosts are really harsh critics, and they're just like taunting the builders, like, haha.
Yeah.
That doesn't look very, very, very well placed.
Oh, that sucks. You're getting
You
bullied by
mislined up the
ghosts.
window.
Yeah. Well, one of the interesting things is on this house there are there's some distinct hand of the artist there, where there's some more East Coast Queen Anne details as opposed to West Coast Queen Anne details. I couldn't tell you offhand what those are, but that's what something I read said.
Like finials and shit. Yeah.
Here's some of the interior of the house. Right here's a staircase that goes to nowhere.
I'm looking at these very closely because I keep expecting you to sneak a photo of Grover House in here.
The original, the biggest Grover House.
Yeah, mismatched vinyl siding destroyed by ghosts.
Yeah, you have some of these very richly appointed interiors. You can see some of the roof lines here. There's a flying buttress here for some reason.
You're gonna need it.
Yeah. This stair detail is interesting. That's not code.
Is that to create a trip hazard for ghosts? I thought they mostly floated. Like,
that's the one that goes up into the ceiling. I think that they can go through walls, but in her mind, they respect infrastructure or something.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's not wood. It's not could. It's wood. I guess it's
Yeah, you gotta that's why you gotta keep building it, is because okay, it doesn't stop them, but it does inconvenience them. And so after a while, they're just like, oh, fine, whatever.
I'll go to the ghost basement and play ghost foosball.
Yeah. Here's the front of the house. You can see, big Queen Anne thing. You got sort of this gable. You got like a weird Palladian balcony here. That's kind of fun.
It's all fun. It would be great if she was just like a nicer kind of insane.
I was about to say, yeah.
If she was just like whimsical or whatever, and she was just like, oh, I love to spend my gun money on, just letting architects use my house as a sketch pad. Yeah, that's cool. That's,
I don't think any architects actually worked on this building at any point.
Yeah, because they might be in league with the ghosts.
I was about to say, yeah.
Too ghost sympathetic.
Can't trust the professional managerial class.
That's right. I'm always saying this.
But yeah, so as she gets older, she kind of gets more insane. She gets a bunch of weird secret passageways put in. You get more and more haphazard additions. windows inside the building, right? You got rooms that are inside rooms.
I mean, I'll kind of be honest. I wouldn't mind. I'd like to have like a secret passageway. You know,
Same.
I think that would be cool.
We all do.
The only problem is like a bookcase that's a door or something. The only problem is, as I'm saying, I'm entering my second decade of renting, and you know, I go to my landlord like, hey, could I, you know, get like a dog or something? He's like, no. I don't think the conversation for can I put in a secret passageway is going to be very fruitful.
Although it might go well. You might be like, "Wow, holy shit, a dog! A secret passageway." Are you gonna? Then you could just do Scooby-Doo Crew Adventures, Alice.
That would be
and
cool.
You could have us guest on them.
I guess the worst he can say is no or evict me.
Yeah.
You know, when my parents were 24, they were putting in their first secret passageway.
Slowly downhill for me. So.
Today you can barely afford a rotating bookcase. Back in the day, your parents could just go, you know, walk off the street and buy a telephone booth that dropped you through the floor. You know.
Yeah. Now I'm down here. I'm the other Wojak meme guy. And wow, I bought a pizza and I'm worried about how much it costs.
Wow, I bought a pizza and apparently there was a secret passage in the box for the pizza to leave.
Yeah. My mouth.
Pizza ghost.
Yeah, the ghost of every pizza delivery guy who ever got killed on the job is following my pizza around.
Apparently there are very few windows or mirrors in this house.
Yeah, so you're going to have to see a spooky ghost standing behind you.
Wouldn't you want the mirrors to see the ghosts?
It would offend the good spirits, apparently.
Oh, there were good. Okay.
Yeah, there's apparently some good spirits in this house.
So this is a site of like spiritual warfare is going on in this house.
It's a laser tag for ghosts. That's why she's making a maze.
Yeah, I'm very confused about the internal rules governing how this. There's some method to the madness you can see, but I have no clue.
Like, sort of like paintball, but with ectoplasm.
Yes. What else? She has a couple staircases in there with very small risers. These are like 2 inches each. That's not a ghost reason. It's because she had very severe arthritis later in her life and couldn't lift her a foot higher than that.
Mm.
Yeah, I walked up them. They're very chill. It's for in terms of going upstairs, it's like, wow, this is so easy, but also it takes like 15 minutes to get up a couple flights of stairs.
Probably irritated the shit out of the ghosts, though.
Yeah. They notoriously hate short stairs.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean that's why ghosts prefer to haunt older houses with like winder staircases because they like very steep stairs.
Yeah.
The angles are better for their tired ghost legs. It's not easy haunting. And again, we've established that ghosts are bound by the laws of physics somehow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What do ghosts think of elevators?
Hate them. They think they're cheating.
Yeah. The ghost gets in the elevator goes up, and it just progresses without the ghost, who just goes through the floor. It's like,
that's why I like those blue collar ghosts, those real lunch pail ghosts.
I think it has 13 bathrooms, but only one of them works.
That's just rude, man.
The rest of them were to fool the ghosts.
I'm trying to do a ghost shit. I find out that the toilet's not fucking plumbed in. I really feel like I'm not the loser in that situation. It's her house.
I was about to say,
I will take that Duke where it needs to be taken. I don't really care.
Yeah, it makes no sense because, like, with the way she slept in a different room every night, so that, you know, the change up is what throws you off. But eventually the ghosts have got to figure out of 13 bathrooms,
she's
which
coming
one
back
is
to the same place.
the real bathroom.
Maybe she's
which one is getting flushed
in the yard like a dog.
Yeah.
I can't wait for the comments on this one to be like, this isn't an engineering disaster at all. Like we got on the country music episode. To which I say, fuck off, I don't care.
Yeah.
It's actually kind of an engineering feat.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Very successful. I mean, like, did the ghosts catch up with her? Is my question, because that's
don't
the
believe
ultimate
so.
determinant. Well, there we go. Then that's a success. She didn't get like eaten by ghosts or whatever.
Yeah, didn't get what?
I'm not even sure what the fail condition is there. What do the ghosts do to you if they catch you?
Something like in that I forget what, the horror movie, the one with the ghost.
You might need to narrow that one down a bit for me.
That's really helpful.
the horror.
Thank you, Roz.
Yeah, let me just think about this for a sec.
The Shining? Is it The Shining?
Are you talking about the Netflix one with the, like, if you see the ghost, they like show you something that makes you kill yourself or whatever?
No, I was thinking of the one, not that recent one, I guess. The one where the couple moves into the relatively new house that has no reason to be haunted, and they get haunted, and it's like a bunch of found footage stuff, right? With like security camera in the bedroom.
Is that Final Destination?
No, I want to say
no.
The Others, maybe.
No, it's not that. I think it's like
I don't know.
I know you're talking
You've really
about.
set us a pretty difficult task here in terms of remembering a movie that had a ghost in it.
Yeah, that's why we have the comments, Alice.
You see, I don't watch horror movies because I don't like being scared. I find it an unpleasant experience.
Yep.
Somebody in the comments is going to let us know what movie you're thinking of.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, but I think one of them gets like dragged away by the ghost one night, and it's like, well, why are you fucking living there in the first place?
You keep describing things that happen in like 500 movies.
Dude,
why? I don't know what happens.
When did you see this movie?
I didn't see it. I saw commercials for it.
Oh my god!
God damn it! Because you don't watch horror movies. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah.
Hello, welcome back to Roz's Film Reviews.
Yo, have you ever seen this one horror movie where there's like a monster and there's like a shot of like somebody like backing around a room and then it cuts to a POV shot from the monster, but the camera's all fucked up and they're like stalking them?
You know that film with that guy who does that thing?
Yes, this is Roz on movies.
Yeah,
I've played this game with you.
As good as it gets.
Yeah. All right. So this house was continuously constructed until 1922, right? That's when Sarah Winchester dies.
Of ghosts?
Not of ghosts.
How can we be sure? What does she die of? She died of marasmus?
I forgot to put it in the notes.
Damn you.
It's probably ghosts.
I don't think it's ghosts.
It might have been tuberculosis. They all
that's a kind of ghosts.
That's true.
Kind of ghosts. Death. Heart failure.
There you go.
I mean, that's just sort of a generic, like, oh well, they died of
maybe she
not
was
alive
spooked
anymore.
to death.
Could have had a heart attack from seeing a ghost.
Yeah, left a will written in 13 sections, which she signed 13 times.
That sounds
insane.
Reasonable.
Cuckoo bananas. Yeah.
Yeah, she was obsessed with the number 13.
And I say this as a mentally ill person. Cuckoo bananas.
She had like a motif going where like you would be in a bathroom and then the little handles on the knobs on the sink that doesn't work has like a flower on it, and the flower has 13 petals on it because
obsessive compulsive disorder rules. She also, I'm told, kept a houseboat on San Francisco Bay as insurance against her fear of a second biblical flood.
Did she have a haunted houseboat? That's too much haunted house.
Some of the lesser ghosts have to go to the haunted houseboat as like a purgatory.
Yeah, it looks exactly like this house, but it's just on a barge.
They go have like a cool ghost houseboat party, but it sucks because they're all like ex-Confederates and other
like kids,
shitty people.
Yeah. They got holes in them so they can't swim.
Yeah, exactly.
Can't even sing that good either. Some of them got shot through the lungs and shit.
Yeah, so, okay, after she dies, they stop doing construction on a house. I think another thing is she did a lot of the stained glass in here has like spider web motifs. It's done in like a vaguely creepy way, which I don't know if that's good or bad for the ghosts.
Both.
I don't know why if you're you're striving to avoid being haunted, you decide I'm going to make the place extra creepy.
But
So
it
it goes
creeps
through
out
the
the
hole.
ghosts. Use their own
Yeah.
weapons against them.
Ah,
Yeah,
genius.
fighting fire
Oh.
with fire.
The tools of the master are used against him. Sure.
You can't demolish the master's ghosts with the master's tools.
So she left the house, and the property was she left it to her niece, who auctioned.
Thanks.
Yeah,
Yeah, thanks for nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you for this house full of ghosts.
she just auctioned off most of the contents.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
rude.
And for a while,
Her niece is Hassan Piker, who everyone's mad that he has. Wow, does he need a home with 138 rooms in it? Really?
Yeah.
This
13.
guy's so rich, 12 of his bathrooms don't work.
Before you get mad at any leftist's income, ask how many ghosts are in their house.
It's a good point.
That's
They
right.
might be,
It's
they
four.
might be trying to outbuild the ghosts. So, but the house's future was in question for a while. But a lot of the neighbors started asking, "Hey, can we see inside this crazy lady's house?" And eventually, it was opened up for tours for the public, right? While the surrounding land was sold off for suburban development.
Bummer.
And yeah, and that's how we got the modern tourist trap.
Yeah, from ghost
Yeah.
trap to tourist trap.
Exactly.
Okay.
I mean, really, the tourist is a form of ghost.
That's true.
Okay, just leave
yeah.
just leave
Winchester,
that there.
Winchester
Yeah,
Trap
leave that
House.
there.
Don't
My
back
leftist
me up on that
podcast
as well.
about ghosts.
I was working through it mentally and
Yeah,
trying to
yeah.
figure
I was
out.
gonna say,
Yeah,
well,
totally.
yeah,
It's like you're like
because
wandering.
of like
It's like you're
hauntology.
wandering,
Yeah,
and you're like, hauntology is when you are a spooky ghost
that's
in a different country,
That's
spending a lot of
exactly
money.
right.
They're all white usually. That kind of works.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Pale people with like cameras. Yeah, no, I got
Yeah.
nothing.
Yeah, we tried.
Tourists are ghosts. You heard it here.
You
That's
heard
right.
it here first, folks. That's why I'm not a tourist. I'm a traveler.
Oh my god, dude. Oh.
Hope you get pickpocketed.
So, you can now go visit the Winchester Mystery House as Jake has, and
I was
see
gonna, and then we
the
didn't.
things. Oh wow!
That's almost as exciting.
How spooky is it? Is my question.
It was
Yeah.
cool. Me and my friend Sarah drank a bunch of tequila out of the trunk of her car before we went in, and then we had to.
Just like loose in the trunk, or
Yeah,
It seeps in. You know how it goes.
we had some trunk tequila going, and the thing is, if you try to drink before you go in, it's a very long tour because it's like 100 rooms of a house some lady built, and so if you have to go to the bathroom, it really breaks the.
you got a 1 in 13 chance.
Yeah, it breaks the immersion.
Well, there's actually like a tour guide that goes like, all right, and then they take you through. You know, it's kind of cool. You get to go through a secret passage if you have to go to the bathroom because you drank too much tequila, because they have to get you back to the gift shop as quick as possible, and so they all know how to get around in it. It's fun. It's fine. It's, you know, you hear all the stories that we just talked about, but then like you also walk past a room and it's just got like spirit Halloween caution tape over it and like a plastic skeleton hanging in it, and you're like, what's that for? And they're like, that's for a high school Halloween party we're having next week. Don't pay attention to that. It's really, really serious and spooky and yada, yada, yada. And the pretense of the place kind of falls apart because of all that. But still pretty cool. The stairs are cool. There's like a room where they say like she did some weird shit where she like dropped somebody through a trap door or something.
That's pretty tight.
Yeah, I can't remember the exact story, but she would fuck with people because she thought they were ghosts and stuff. And
Oh yeah, you would think that everyone you saw was a ghost. Definitely.
Yeah.
yeah, it's pretty cool.
mailman shows up, you just drop him through a trapdoor into your labyrinth.
Let's try male ghost.
The labyrinth is actually less complex than the house.
Just getting like, these ghosts are getting fucking devious.
Yeah. No, I highly recommend it, though. It's worth it. It's like $20 or some shit.
That's
Definitely haunted, though.
Definitely haunted.
Yeah, for sure.
Or
Haunted
alternatively,
by all the tourists in it.
Yeah,
but
but
like
more ghosts.
it's got a bunch of It's got a bunch of like architectural shit that's designed to like throw you off balance, though, right? Like either or like accidentally does, like the fucking like short staircases or whatever.
Yeah, well, I mean, like the short staircases, like we were talking about, where they're actually not part of that. They're because she had arthritis, but they are very disorienting and weird, and like it. I don't know. The question of intention is always kind of hanging in the air, because we're talking about a crazy person, you know. But I think in the stuff that she did that was designed to throw off ghosts, she did make a very weird space that is disorienting to be in. So it is cool because it feels maze-like, and it's I don't know, it's kind of like being in one of those optical illusion museum installations or something, where it throws off your sense of perspective and stuff. But there's also like a high school student who's explaining it all to you that's kind of taking you out of the moment the whole time. It's also beautiful. Like the weird courtyards and stuff are cool. You can see where the tower like fell and used to be.
Ooh.
I think that's about all I remember. The gift shop's cool. You can see a bunch of weird old Winchester stuff and read history about how they sold rifles to people and got rich off the war.
Created more ghosts.
Mm-hmm.
It really is a ghost factory if you think about it.
Yeah. Well, ghost refinery even.
Yes. So I guess they tried to make a film about this recently, like a spooky film about it.
Which you then half remembered and then went, hey, do you remember the
you remember the one that has the Winchester Mystery House in it? That is more specific.
That is true.
We see what happens when a rich person takes advice from a medium or other similarly supernaturally inclined person. they create a weird house.
Now, luckily, this never happened again.
Yeah, luckily, this was never something that another very important and powerful person did, such as, say, Ronald Reagan.
I mean, we don't know. Maybe the sort of like underlevel of the White House with the fucking Situation Room and shit is like an underground bunker version of the Winchester Mystery House.
Yeah, they gotta keep Lincoln's ghost confined down there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. He's just howling. He was shot by a gun. Maybe he's in the house.
Probably. I don't know what
Abraham
kind of
Lincoln and a shitload of dead Confederates.
Oh my god,
staring daggers at each other.
Now that's a bad vibe right there.
Yeah, can't even fight each other because they're all ghosts.
They just pass through each other.
Yeah,
you just do a symbolic fight.
No, what did we learn?
Big spooky house.
Big spooky house.
Grover ghost.
Always try to outbuild ghosts. Tourists are a kind of ghost, therefore always try and outbuild tourists.
Is Grover House a kind of mystery house?
Yes.
That's what I think too, yeah.
Unequivocally, yes.
It was cool when the tower fell down. That was kind of an engineering disaster.
Yeah. That's your engineering disaster.
That was the engineering disaster, yeah.
That was on brand, you know? What is the deal? They said it was like a free floating base, so when earthquakes happen, everything just shifts around.
Yeah, it's built on like a raft, basically.
Yeah, it's a floating foundation is where the foundation is, like a concrete slab or something, which is equal to the weight of the building on top of it. So it displaces an equivalent amount of soil, and therefore it's basically buoyant in the ground. It's floating on dirt.
Ooh.
Yes.
To the tune of Walking on Sunshine.
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
Walking on the moon. Yes. All right. Well, we have a segment on this podcast called Safety third. Yes. Okay, this is a complicated one.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Good day. Well, there's your problem, crew.
Good day.
Good day. I used to work in telecommunications construction industry. I still do, but I used to as well.
Hedberg, nice.
Yes. I was working as a telecom lineman for one of the big 3 telcos in Canada, but had just put in my 2 weeks of notice since I wanted to get out of Toronto, but was too low on the seniority list to get transferred. We were asked to pull a dead copper cable out of a series of underground manholes to make room for a new high-count fiber optic cable.
Okay.
3 pieces of equipment that are key to the safety third. First, a collapsible cap stem. This is the yellow metal thing here that looks kind of spooky.
It does look kind of spooky.
Yeah. Capstans are used to multiply pulling force on the rope or cable, and in this particular one was driven by a hydraulic motor on a posy truck. I don't know what a posy truck is. Posy truck? P-O-S-I. Anyway.
Hold on, I'm going to Google this. Posy truck. What is posy on a truck? It is a short and generic term for the GM branded name Positraction.
Yep.
It's a slip
I see.
differential.
I see. The second thing is mule tape. Mule tape is a deceptively strong woven flat tape mostly used in conduits. They come in many strengths, the 2 in this instance being 1,800 and 2,500 pounds.
Okay.
And finally, the cable swivel. This little guy down here is a solid steel tool that attaches between the cable being pulled and the mule tape, which helps prevent the cable and rope from twisting. However, if something were to snap with it close to the end, it would cause the swivel to fly out towards the pulling end with immense velocity, like a bullet.
Oh, good.
Yes. Now, I was paired with a senior line crew and had to pull the old copper out. There were 3 manholes, all next to heavily trafficked Toronto streets. Now you can see how that's arranged here, right? Despite going
Beautiful
through,
diagram. Beautiful
Yes.
map.
Despite going through 3 manholes and at least 2 90-degree turns, the very experienced crew elected to use the marginally cheaper 1,800-pound mule tape. They also didn't use any sheaves or pulleys to make the rope or cable flow, or protection on the lip of the manhole, which causes additional friction. My job was to take the end of the mule tape being pulled over the capstan, maintain tension so the capstan does its job without being getting tangled, and coil the excess. So he's at the
My
end.
job was to be the red highlighted figure in a line handling prevention video.
My job was to do the work. It seems like.
Yeah. My job was to stand near the thing while the other 2 guys are just
they made the decisions about what to do, and I did it.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
In my attached diagram, this puts me, high-vis orange circle down here, in line with the capstan and the manhole being pulled from, which that's the manhole, and I guess that's the thing here, right? This diagram is not to scale. Now, I like beer, but I'm not 1/3 the size of a posy truck.
Maybe you're not.
Mood.
The cable pulling was going well, then suddenly halfway through, I heard a loud crack. Before I could even react, I was struck by a big piece of the mule tape.
A smooth criminal.
Yes. I was very scary, but I was unhurt. I told the guys, hey, we should switch over to the 2,500-pound mule tape. But I was the junior guy, so what the fuck do I know? They pulled back enough to reattach the 1,800-pound tape, and we carry on as before. Minutes later, I heard another crack, and I was struck in the chest by the mule tape for a second time. This time, I was pissed. I told them to pull the fucking cable back and do it again with the 2,500-pound tape, or I'm just going to take my truck and leave. And so they relented, and we swapped to the 2,500-pound tape. I grit my teeth and continue. This correction went okay, and we were able to finish the job. However, if those mule tape breaks were closer to the end, the swivel would have likely rocketed into my head, likely resulting in hospitalization. And he's written here, Ba-dum-ba-da-dum-bum. Shake hands with danger.
That's the McDonald's theme tune. That's not like
Yeah.
Shake hands with danger.
Ba-dum-bum-bum-bum. Shake hands
shake
with
hands
danger.
with danger. Well, I'm glad they didn't die.
I was about to say, it's always nice when people don't die.
Mm.
Unlike all of Sarah Winchester's relatives.
This guy
Yeah.
would have had to have built an even weirder house for guys who have been killed by the tape that he was describing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He'd have to build like it'd have to be full of just bad wiring.
Shitload of manholes.
It's just knob and tube wiring.
Maybe it's just a haunted posse truck that he just drives around with
Ooh.
the ghosts of that guy specifically.
Some
Add
say
extra
on a
trailers.
dark and windless night, you can still see the fucking headless posse truck lineman.
Well, that was Safety Third. Our next episode is on the Comanera's
No, it's
Bridge
not.
No,
disaster.
it isn't.
No, that's not.
Yeah,
No,
it
it's
is.
not. No,
Yeah,
it's
it
not.
is. And I
No, it
definitely
isn't.
is.
No, it isn't.
It's
I'm
the
gonna keep doing
Boston
this.
molasses flood.
Yes. It's
Yes.
Boston Massacre.
Oh
right,
man,
That's what that is.
that's a good one. So much
Yeah.
molasses.
We're definitely going to do that next week when we do that.
Mm-hmm.
Does anyone have commercials before we go?
Yeah, Jake Flores, where can people find more of you?
When's this come out?
Wednesday.
Wednesday. Oh, cool. All right. Halloween weekend. I'm in Gainesville, Florida at Fest, the punk
Nice.
festival, doing comedy on the comedy stage. And I'm in Jacksonville on November 1st.
Sorry.
And my, yeah. People there I'm doing stuff with are cool, but the rest of the city, ugh. I have a podcast called Pod Damn America and another one called Why You Mad. It's, same old leftist bullshit you're probably used to. And feral jokes on everything. It's an anagram for my name. That's it. End of plugs.
Hell yeah.
All right. Excellent.
Liam and I have podcasts. You know
Yes,
what
we
those
do.
podcasts are.
Yeah.
But we're going
Justin.
to tell you anyway.
Yeah.
Kill James Bond, Trash Future, 10,000 Losses, Lions Led by Donkeys.
Yeah, that's it. That's posts. That's podcasts.
All right. Well, gee, that was a podcast.
Yeah, we flew through
bye,
that.
everyone.
Yeah. Bye.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, that was a nice quick one.
We did it.